What's up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again. Guys, we have a year 2000 Tony Stewart Home Depot Pontiac Grand Prix in the studio today from the Nascar Winner Circle line. It is one of my favorite paint schemes of the early 2000s. We've done a lot of Tony Stewart diecast reviews. Here's the year 2000 primary. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. All right, folks, rotating base out of the studio, and what a cool packaging design. You have the year 2000 logo there, Winner Circle, New Stars of NASCAR, collect all three. Which they kind of had these subcategory waves where there'd be like NASCAR Legends, NASCAR Rising Stars. They might have some other ones, part of the Hasbro year 2000 program. It's just cool creative ways to give collectors a reason to go and buy multiples of the same car because they were released in different categories. Anyways, you have the Tony Stewart collectible little card that comes with it. That is pretty cool. This is his second year in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series full time, as there is no rookie tape. No, it's not 2025 because they got rid of rookie tape for whatever reason. But just really cool how like the car and the packaging, everything just really keys up. And I like how the card back has these little notches that cut out and that looks just really clean. It's not just a flat, card back. It actually has a little bit of play on the Winner Circle design. So this is one of the most nostalgic card backs you'll probably see with the NASCAR Racers show. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't look like the Thor Sport font. I mean, I'll zoom in here. Look at this. Does that not look like Matt Crafton's font on his truck? Just keeping it real. So you have your little characters. The future of NASCAR is here. All that good stuff. If you kind of look a little closely, it looks like the numbers a little bit moved forward. So maybe they did predict the next gen. Now this right here piqued my interest, is this little corner. It says collect all three new stars of NASCAR. 1/64 scale diecast replicas, but you got Tony Stewart, Dale Earnhardt Jr., and then Casey Atwood. Now most people would be like, who's Casey Atwood? Casey Atwood was a very promising prospect in NASCAR. Things just didn't pan out. I feel like maybe if he went to a different team, things would have got better. But he was, at the time, looked at one of the best prospects to come up in the sport. And unfortunately, it never really panned out. He was with Evernham. He drove the number 7 Sirius satellite car in 2002. You remember that paint scheme from Thunder 03 for the newer fans out there. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and carefully open up this diecast. I'll be right back. All right, fellas, brand new out of the packaging. And yes, it's an overproduced car. Relax, it's all good. One of the most nostalgic paint schemes of year 2000. And Tony Stewart, man, he wasn't a traditional rookie, right? Statistically, he was. And then he started winning, right? He won 3 races his rookie year. He kept winning in 2000, 2001. He just kept on winning. And that orange number 20 car is just, it's embedded in my brain as just a part of my childhood, to be honest with you. That beautiful Pontiac Grand Prix, arguably one of the best NASCAR body styles in history. I mean, if you did a poll of every single NASCAR body style, I think a lot of people would say the 98 to year 2002 Pontiac Grand Prix is the best. I don't know why, but it just looks amazing. 2003's Pontiac looks really dope, too. So surprisingly, for a car that was probably manufactured late 1999, the plastic is in ridiculously good shape. I mean, it's plastic, right? It's going to yellow. It's going to deteriorate. It's not metal. Yet it is, I don't see really any yellowing at all. That is remarkable quality from Winner Circle. Got the Home Depot right there on the hood. I think that decal is a little bit off-center. Could be tripping on that. Got Pontiac Grand Prix. You have your headlight design. Got number 20. Oh my goodness, the contingencies are very, very small in the front of the car. Sorry for bumping the camera. Got Moog Clevite, Simpson Edelbrock, Union 76 Wicks air filters, and what is that? Plastalock. Go for the left side of the diecast and just look at all the contingencies on this paint scheme. It almost looks like it's a raced version. Looks like there's some dirt or something on the door number. And one of my favorite features about the Pontiacs back in the early 2000s is how they would use the Pontiac arrow or design as the jack post arrow. That looks fantastic. And then if you look at the B post on the diecast, you'll see the Pontiac logo, but it's like vertical, it's like standing up. Those are just two very unique things that they did for their paint schemes, which I think is really cool. So you got the number 20 right there, got rigid. You got the Home Depot, got whatever decal that is, champion gum out. You got the bootleg NASCAR Cup Series Bud Pole Award and the Winston Cup logo, year 2000 logo right there on the A post. Got all kinds of old school logos. I mean, Hasbro games, EA Sports back when it was on NASCAR Heat. Then, of course, you had the Thunder games, which this would have been featured on. NASCAR 2001 was the first PS2 NASCAR game. So I don't think this was featured on the PS2. This would have been on the PS1, I think, because it would have been on NASCAR 2000, I think. Get Jessel right there. Autometer, Gatorade, Holly, Comp, Goodies, 3M, Goodyear. Just so many different sponsors they had back then, man. Got Goodyear right there on the not A post, but the fender well. Go here to the back panel of the diecast, and again, just that beautiful early 2000s Pontiac Grand Prix. And it's very similar to the late models. If you look at late model current day, racing in 2025, the rear panel of these cars are very similar to what they still run to this day. So maybe that's why a lot of people like it, because it's still somewhat ran in regional action. Got Pontiac right there, Home Depot number 20. You can see on the back side of the spoiler, there's a little bit of some paint spots. They obviously didn't get a good, paint coat on that. That's unfortunate. Go to the right side of the diecast, you have the number 20 once again. This one's a lot cleaner than the left side. You can see the markings, almost looks like a brush mark. That's why I said it kind of looked like a raced version. Just what a beautiful looking paint scheme. I think Carl Edwards and Riley Herbst actually did a throwback to this paint scheme in the Darlington throwback event, which Edwards did it at Joe Gibbs Racing, and Riley Herbst did it in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for Stewart Haas Racing, if memory serves me correct. Go to the top of the diecast, you have the number 20 once again. And one of the cool traditions that Joe Gibbs Racing would do is they would have a different door number font from the roof number font. So that was kind of something they still do to this day with Christopher Bell in the 20 car at the time of this video. So that's a cool little tradition. You should see Tony Stewart's car when he was originally announced to drive the number 20. The car was so different looking. I am glad they changed it prior to the 1999 Winston Cup season. You got Husky tools and boxes on the deck lid. So there is a megalodon of the 99 and year 2000 Tony Stewart diecast out there. So if you're wanting one of these cars, there's plenty of them to go around. We're going to take a closer look at the collectible card that comes with it. Got Tony Stewart right there with the diamond plate pattern in the background, the Home Depot Pontiac Grand Prix. I like how it just says the Home Depot Pontiac Grand Prix. Does it say, it's Joe Gibbs Racing's number 20 car? No, it just says this is the Home Depot car. You know who it is. Go to the back panel of the diecast, or I say the diecast, but the collectible card. Just really cool how they put all this little information in it. If you want to read it, I'll leave it right here. You could pause the video, but you notice how it says 1999 Hasbro there. They would make things like this very much early back in those years. So if it was produced in 1999, it would probably be available spring, maybe Daytona 500, year 2000. And during NASCAR's heyday back, 2000, 2005, they just got so much stuff produced early, man. And just really a time capsule of the sport in that era. Just what an awesome diecast, man. So many great paint schemes, so nostalgic. Hopefully Home Depot somehow comes back to the NASCAR Cup Series. I think that would be fantastic. So many great paint schemes they could do. Thank you all so much for watching the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below what y'all think about this car. That's all for now. Diecastbuffet signing off.